All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is a continuation of my RDR2 playthrough, blind playthrough, in 2025. Now, I say that, now I gotta tell you something ironic. I just started this thing up and started recording, and I ran into a whole posse. And the whole plan was to, it's like 11:30 at night, was to get out here and bed down for the night, because it won't let me camp here. This place is red, so that means that we're surrounded by enemies all the time. I think that's how it's reading. And I was going to camp here, and we were going to kind of go in a counterclockwise motion and hit Micah last, actually. We're going to go up here to Charlotte, then come over here to see Rains Fall, make our way all the way down here to talk to Sadie. Nope, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sadie, because we're going to skip Penelope. And then make our way up to Micah. But I think with the way that things are unfolding here, they actually want us to go see Micah first. Micah's right next door. He's here. It's 11:30 at night, which is a little bit weird for the game, in my experience. So we're gonna go ahead and go through with that, and then I'm gonna try and tell you guys some stuff if I'm able, because I actually have something I want to talk about today, and it's not politics, believe it or not. So, here we go. Let's see, I guess I've already made my map marker. So Arthur is in an area of the country that he's wanted dead or alive. And I suppose that means Micah is also. Hey, boy. What you know good?
Ah, there he is. Old Black Lung Morgan.
Shut up.
Was you followed?
Excuse me?
Was you followed?
You know who you're talking to?
I ain't sure. I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's law whenever you're around.
Is that so? Because it seems to me that since you've been riding with us, there ain't been nothing but trouble. Stirring things up all the time, getting in Dutch's ear. Seems wherever you is, there's Pinkertons and vice versa. So you better watch your goddamn mouth,
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Or...
Micah's projecting.
Take it easy, cowboy. You're gonna do yourself a mischief way you're heading. Micah, shut it! He started it! Dutch says we is to go on with plans to create a diversion. We gotta get some explosives to blow up the bridge. Keep the army out of here a few days.
I think it's a real bad idea.
I don't think Dutch cares too much. What you think?
That's clear.
We gotta confuse him one last time. Then he and I will head to Blackwater, collect the money, and help everyone leave. He's got a boat lined up.
Blackwater's a fool's errand. Everyone knows it. Even a greedy moron like you.
It's Dutch's choice, Arthur. You're just a senior gun, same as the rest of us. Only you ain't well.
I'm fine.
Then you'll do Dutch's bidding, which is robbing a stage that's coming from Annisburg full of explosives.
Rob a stage. All we seem to ever do is rob a stage, you and me.
Not me, you two. I got my own planning to do. You boys got this.
Shit. Guess we have. Come on, Arthur.
And Cowpoke, take it easy. You could do with a vacation, hmm?
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so Micah, in order to throw any trail off of him, is now projecting what's probably his fault, is what I'm guessing, onto Arthur, in order to keep suspicion off of him.
Micah says we should jump it as soon as it comes through Van Horn.
So you're taking orders from him now?
I'm taking orders from Dutch, same as always.
A pair of them are becoming unhinged. You hear about Dutch killing Cornwall?
Well, that needed to be done.
Right now? With the Pinkertons breathing down our necks?
Hey, hold up a second. Pinkerton Patrol, over there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think we're clear.
I think that's the
Let's
patrol
head
I
on.
got jumped by.
So, you were saying?
See, I'm starting to think that you've gone soft, Morgan.
Yep. Arthur's getting all this hung around his neck because he's the only one that'll fight Micah. I'm telling you, man, Arthur should have ditched this a long time ago. This is gonna go so bad. Friends ain't friends no more.
Let's hold up here.
Not because they hate you, but because they got psyoped.
So, the wagon will be coming from that way, down from Annisburg. It'll take the two of us to stop it completely, or it'll never get done. So, I was thinking, you go play dead, and I'll take care of him.
No, I'm the better shot, and you're the better actor. No, you play dead, and I'll cover you.
I got that. I got that. Oh, that's them coming now, I think. It'll be quite the show.
Oh, wouldn't let me hide behind the house wall, huh? Shouldn't I be able to get to the top? Oh yeah, I can. Okay, there we go.
Eric, go moving. Go on. Use this place. These people. Move, you idiot!
Oh, really? Oh, we're gonna have to use the time slow thing. Bill has died. I gotta remember how to make this work. It's real easy, but it might take us a few tries to...
Come on, move, you drunken bastard! Move! Eric, go moving.
Well,
Use this place.
it wasn't that.
People. Move, you idiot! Move! Come on, let's get you out of...
It's not that either.
You asked for this!
Come on, get off the scope. Dude, I can't see nothing. There's Bill, the one guy I don't need nothing from. We're gonna reload this because I don't like how shit this is turning out.
Help me out here, Morgan!
Hold on. Alright, welcome back, guys. All that to find out that I think this is automatically putting us into scoped position, and it's not letting me use the tag feature in Deadeye. So I got it right the first time. I just thought I'd forgotten. So we're gonna see. It says wait for Bill to attack. So we're gonna just, I'm not gonna enter the scope mode. We're just gonna watch this scene play out until we see Bill take action.
Go on. Use this place. These people. Move, you idiot! Move! Come on, let's get you out of...
Okay.
They're trying to hijack the dynamite! Christ alive! I'm gonna kill you so good!
Son of a gun.
From up in that building!
There we go. Where else?
Snap out of it! Just stand firm! We have them on
There's Bill. Okay.
Come on! Make it a run for it! God damn it!
Thought I saw a guy over here. Oh, okay.
Let's get the explosive!
Yep.
What are you doing? Get on!
Okay.
All right, let's see if we can get this back to camp without blowing ourselves up. Nice shooting back there.
Nice drunk playing.
Comes naturally. Whew. I could use a drink after that.
Ah, no. Just never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Get Arthur!
Okay, I'm trying.
Quick! They get off one good shot and I'll blow us both to Kingdom
Oh,
Come.
come on. No, I have to be scoped.
Oh, in hand for him.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
Oh, damn it! Unique! Take him out, Arthur!
What do I got here? Long arm, shoulder, Carcano rifle. That sounds like a distance gun. Weapons. Nothing else, huh? That's it. There we go.
God damn it! Still more behind us! I'm all right, Arthur! Oh, shit! They're aiming for the dynamite!
It's a heck of an adventure.
We need to deal with this! We're leading them right back to camp!
What do you think I'm doing?
Still behind us. A ways off. He's coming up fast. Oh. Yep.
Shoot them, Arthur, before they blow us to high hell!
Okay. I don't see any more.
All right. Oh, that was close. Don't reckon I'm cut out to be a dynamite wagon driver. Look, there's Micah up ahead.
Great. Whoa!
So, you got it?
We got it. Yes, we got it.
What's wrong, Arthur?
Nothing at all, boss.
John, go drive this over to Bacchus Bridge. Get it hidden near there.
He really does think he's
Bill.
in charge.
You go on ahead. I need to speak with Arthur. Good work, son.
What's going on?
Listen, I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and you find me irritating and a threat, and I like to annoy you. But right now, I need better from you, Arthur.
Okay, Micah. Whatever you say.
I ain't the bad guy you think I am, Arthur. But I am a survivor. Stick with me and you'll live. Oh, the bridge is probably a two-man job. You should probably go help Marston.
Why don't you?
Like I said, Dutch and I got planning to do for the train. There's a big picture here, Arthur. Trust me.
Yeah, I would have cut ties a long time ago. The second thing that you could do is you could just shoot Micah in the face right now. This guy's too clever by far. That's Arthur's problem, is that it's not that Arthur's dumb. It's that this is a certain kind of intelligence, and he is consistently outflanking Arthur and laying traps. And in my experience, people who work in the shadows like that and get things set up, the longer you let them go, the better that they seal you in. You got to brute force them. Now, I'm not exactly that type, so I've fallen prey to this kind of a thing before. But I've done enough historical analysis, like read history enough and I understand personalities well enough, and the rock, scissors, paper nature of some things, to know that a person with that kind of skill set, if you're not better than them at that, the very best thing that you can do is put them down. They're not good at that. That's not what their practice. It's not that they're weak necessarily. It's the Bill Belichick make them play left-handed concept. They're not used to it. They're not practiced at it. So you just beat them down right there, or kill them, or whatever it is. Depends on whatever your situation is, right? That's what I'm thinking. Would take care of Micah here. Either Arthur needs to just leave, or he needs to kill Micah, because the longer he lets this go, the more that Micah's getting, he's like a python. The more that Micah's getting coils wrapped around Arthur, and there's no escape at some point in time. All right. So, he said we had to go there was a 2-man bridge job, but I don't see it marked on here. So we're going to go up and talk to Charlotte. Right here. And I'm going to tell you guys what I was talking about. So, AI avatar. It would allow me, if I wanted to capture my own image and get a copy of that. It'd be like a still image. And then either record video of myself or find another free vocal model and then type in the text I want and have that avatar speak, including with lip syncing. And it's not perfect right now, but it's pretty good. It gets some of it right. And it's getting better all the time, and it's believable. People are doing this for their entire channels now. They don't really record themselves anymore. They're getting avatars. And some people are creating fake accounts that are just pumping out content. We call it AI slop. They just program the AI and they let it go, and they produce content, get clicks. The whole thing is designed to rake in advertiser dollars, is what I'm thinking. Now, I'm sitting here telling you I'm never going to do that on this channel. I think that those of you who've been listening for a long time understand my personality enough now to realize that I'm going to be up front and center about everything I'm doing, because it's a buzzword these days, and I don't necessarily like that, but authenticity is really important to me. It always has been. I've been like that since a kid. I believe that we live in an age of deep deceit and propaganda, and so I don't want to be guilty of that myself. I think that all of you live in a world where you're getting socially engineered by a whole lot of people at all times. All of us are, and I don't want to contribute to that. But I do find this fascinating for storytelling purposes, for maybe creating short films for video games in the future where I'm able to import characters from the game somehow. You can do face swapping, so the body might be created by an AI image that I make, but the face is face swapped to the character I made in game. And we can have other characters, and now they're starting to get to where they can do what's called persistent characters, where you can create multiple scenes with the same character in different clothes and states of being, like maybe he's got a cut on his face because he just got out of a fight or something like that. And those are the things that I'm kind of playing around with in my head, toying around with the idea of like storyboarding little skits and stuff. Will I actually do it? Lord only knows. It could that could take quite a lot of work, and really lengthen out playtimes and episode release frequency. So I don't know if I'll do that or not. I'm just letting you know I'm looking into it, and I'm totally fascinated with it right now. And so that's why I'm recording these videos. I'm trying to get 2 videos recorded today, so that I have Monday and Tuesday taken care of already. And that's why I don't have any extra political news, is because I'm a little bit further ahead recording Red Dead than I usually am. Normally I would be doing this Sunday night. Alright, but there you go. Now you know what I'm up to and what I'm kind of fascinated by. I'll tell you, man, I actually had it cross my mind about coming on here and telling you guys we're taking a week off. Because that's how much I'm enjoying toying around with this stuff. Oh, we got problems up ahead. Okay, we got a predator.
You're okay.
Yeah!
Stop swiveling camera.
Go.
Okay. And then I felt like, well, that's just ridiculous. I'm just really obsessed with this right now. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to continue releasing videos this week. But that's how much I'm having fun. It's like, that's what I really want to be doing right now. But then I'll get into a game like this and see how the story's developing, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. So I'm somebody that has a good problem. I have a bunch of things going on with Oblivion, with this, with leveling up a character on a WoW Classic, Dream Scythe Realm, to now this AI stuff that I'm just fascinated with.
My. I was wondering when I was going to see you again.
Hey, Charlotte.
You look different.
Well, the rigors of simplicity take their toll on a woman.
Oh, no, I didn't mean
No,
it.
I know. Things are going well. I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, you did it all yourself.
So how are you holding up?
I'm still standing, which is an improvement on the last time you saw me.
I wish that there was something else that I could do.
Ma'am, you have done more than enough.
Please, call me Charlotte.
Arthur Morgan.
Well, you take care of yourself, Arthur.
I liked the smile that you saw from Arthur there.
Please
I mean,
go on in and help yourself to anything you need. What's mine is yours.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
well, I wouldn't normally take her up on that, but I wonder if the game has anything in here. But yeah, that, you know, Arthur's in a very unloved position right now, so having somebody show a little bit of favoritism to him, or favor, I should say, is gotta be uplifting to the spirits. That's her room. Okay. This must be where she had us bed down. What else we got here? Cal and Charlotte Balfour photograph. There's something there, a box or something. Jewelry. Okay. Well, we're not going to take any of that. We're going to go ahead and leave. Doesn't look like, I don't see anything obvious like letters on the table or nothing like that. Alright, Charlotte, take care. At the same time, we don't really want to encourage her because Arthur's on his way out. It's clear as day. He's running on borrowed time right now. Plus, he's got Mary. I don't know if we're going to see Mary again, but seems like we might. Here's the other one. Okay, John. Yeah, so here is what I have discovered so far. I can go... Excuse me. Hold on just a second. Okay. I can go to a site, any number of sites, and create a free account and use that site to create AI images, right? Some sites are easier to do than others. All of them seem to be pretty limited, but you get tokens and stuff like that. And these AI images, man, you can create it. That you can create everything from abstract art to realistic-looking characters to cartoons. There's a whole bunch of different styles that you can use, and these are amazing-looking images, all of them in their own kind of styles. You can do anime if you're into that. I'm not, so I usually actually put anime into the what's called a negative list. If the site has that ability. Oh. Are we faster than the cougar? Yes, we are. Because so anime's not my thing. I've never liked it, but I'm in the minority on that. There's like a boatload of people, and anime has a few varying styles, as I understand it. Anyway, it's all available to you, and these photos are extraordinary. I'm somebody who's been messing around with Photoshop for years, so this is really right up my alley. The visually appealing, the creative. It's something that really catches my eye. So anyway, I kind of lengthened that out way further than I need to. The point being, you can create an image with text inputs describing what you want. The more detail you give it, the closer it is to what you've got in your head. And there's an art form to understanding how to do various prompts when it comes to AI generators. So there is a technique used here, just like there's a technique for people who actually manually draw things. What a scene. So you can create a still image. Then you can put that still image into another AI tool and give it some text inputs about what you think that person is in the act of doing when that still image, like let's say it's a realistic looking image, when that photograph was snapped. And you can input that into the text field, and the AI will take your still image and generate motion out of it and turn it into a short 5 to 10 second video clip, which to me is just absolutely extraordinary. The AI, through math, can plot where things would most logically be going, how the bodies would move. And it can even take elements that are not in the photograph and project, do a really solid prediction. Let's say your photograph is from the waist up. Some of these tools allow you to extrapolate data and add in the legs, and it zooms out. I haven't actually seen that happen yet, but I've read that some of these AIs, that's possible for them. So that's totally extraordinary to me. Get the camera right. I'm just tired of getting hunted.
Hold up.
Oh my gosh. It's just an animal. It's doing what animals do, so I don't want it to sit there and just suffer with a bullet in its belly. Oh, that's a new kind of wolf we ran into, apparently. That was probably the pack leader because it's a good wolf pelt after putting it full of bullets. Okay, so you can take that still image, you can turn it into a short video clip, and you can take that into an editor. You can add text. You can have multiple characters. They can be conversing with each other, and you can even do what's called storyboarding and make a little short movie scene where each character has dialogue. And then you can do the avatar thing that I told you about. I was gonna harvest these other two also, but I don't see them. Okay. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna move on. Yeah, not up here either. Okay. Pressing on. So I'm just kind of at the forward edges of learning everything that you can do. This has been around for a while, and so I've been like 1,000-foot summary kind of aware of what you could do. I just haven't dabbled with it before, and now I'm starting to learn techniques that allow me to move. I can use one AI generator to do one part and then move it into another thing and create another aspect and start piecing these together and have a little kind of like a short, well, I haven't tried that actually. I can certainly do the still photographs and create a story and as my imagination comes up with how the story is unfolding, I can go into the AI and I can create images that fit that context. I know that there's an ability to do persistent characters, so I can figure that out.
Yeah.
And then I know how to take those images and load them into a motion generator that will allow me to have 5 to 10 second motion clips to highlight a narration that's going on in the background that I can add music. You know, some kind of royalty-free ambient sound or music song in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's really captured my imagination. It's very, very, very interesting. And I'm somebody who understands, I'm not going to say fearful, but I understand that AI is a double-edged sword. I'm not fearful because all technology is a double-edged sword. It depends on what people intend to do with it. So what you can't do is you can't avoid it. Once it's come online, it's very difficult to keep that suppressed. You just got to understand you're in a new world and you're going to have to learn new skills to keep from getting exploited by that technology. The old ways. Got to be respectful of this.
Is this the one Eagle flies took? The man from the outside?
Gentlemen, why have you come here?
Well, I'm looking for Rain's End. We're not going to be very well received here. You can see they're peaceful, but they're going to, of course, be very dubious of us. It's not just because we're white. I think that that would be a lefty's take, and that would be part of it. but it's more so that we're an outsider. Somebody from another tribe would be suspected as well. I think this is... Yep.
Hello? Come in.
Is this the old chief?
You don't sound very well.
I'm not. I think I'm dying.
Then I hope you find peace.
I don't know too much about peace.
Apparently not. Did you have fun with my son, the impetuous prince? I believe you went on a raid with him.
I'm sorry.
I suppose I lack the grandeur of a conventional king.
I don't know too many kings.
Colonel Favors, he has already exacted some measure of revenge for the raid. 2 women were assaulted by his men.
I'm very sorry about all of this.
Yes. Sometimes the correct path, the bravest path, is the least obvious, and also the gentlest. I'm a great disappointment to my son.
Your son seems to want a war.
My son thinks there is glory in death. Maybe he's right, but for me, I saw death being handed out so freely by the most foolish of men, I never could equate it with victory. Glory has come in service. Maybe. Maybe not, I don't know.
I've killed a lot of people. For a whole lot of dumb reasons, and I ain't never seen much glory in it.
Well, your friend, Mr. Vanderlinde, he talks a lot. I don't know him, but my son is easily led.
I'm not sure I get you.
Well, perhaps we could go for a ride. I'm an old man. My whole life I have tried to bring peace.
But I ain't doing so good.
Then maybe you can take pity on my plight. Please, it won't take long. And maybe I can help you with that cough.
Sir! I'm glad I caught you, sir.
Captain Monroe, do you know my friend, Mr. Morgan?
No, sir. I don't have the pleasure.
Arthur Morgan.
It's an honor, sir.
How can I help you, Captain?
I was just in Saint Denis. I spoke with the mayor. It's not good news, I'm afraid. May I ride with you for a little?
Of course. Follow me.
So where?
Okay, so I wanted to mention something here because we have a good example. Now, we might see a little bit of variation. I don't know what this soldier's going to say. It looks like he is being projected as a sympathizer early on. So we may see the developers show some much needed variety, in my opinion. But here with this opening skit, to me, it looks like the way that they are framing it, that the logical conclusion you draw is that the soldiers are rapists and murderers, and the Indians, the soldiers as a whole, right? And the Indians as a whole are peace-loving and with long patience. And I'm here to tell you, in most cases, that was the opposite. If you go and actually look at the history. Now, the thing that makes this tricky is that it's plausible. The scenario they set up, it's perfectly plausible. The difference, the trick that they do, in my opinion, and this you can apply this to a whole litany of concepts in the here and now. This is how it works. They take the exception and exchange it to be the norm. Okay? They take the exception and exchange it to be the norm. And normally, it's the opposite of the reality. Now, this makes you point out a splinter group that's not guilty of something as an overall, and you make them guilty of it in your mind because you've been through a narrative, a storytelling narrative. Storytelling, look at cave drawings. all the way back in prehistoric times. Storytelling is exceptionally powerful on the human psyche. It activates both the logic and the emotion centers of a person, and it can build powerful beliefs inside someone, sometimes without being based at all in reality. So what I'm saying is that whenever you look at the history of Western civilization, predominantly white people, I would suspect, right? They come out of a culture in the Middle Ages of chivalry. Harming women in any way, and certainly raping them, was abhorrent. So what you would say is that as a general rule of thumb, the people that were coming over to this country from Europe would not engage in that kind of behavior. That would be the norm. The exception would be that you sometimes have really truly evil people, with guys especially, with no principles. But whenever you enter the other side, the tribal side of things, and I would imagine, I don't know this, but I would imagine that this would extend out to be true globally just because the nature of tribes. But the women were expected to defend the camp right along with the men if they were attacked. Female Indians would fight. They were trained to some degree. Now, it was a very patriarchal society, so the women were not viewed as equals by any stretch of the imagination, but they were absolutely expected to work in physically demanding labor. They were expected to hold their own and hold their weight and not slow anybody down. It was a very harsh standard that women were held to, and they were expected to fight if the camp was attacked with bow and arrow or dagger or whatever was available to them. They weren't necessarily trained to expertise level, but every woman in that camp usually, I am speaking in broad paint strokes here, but understood how to use weaponry to some degree. Now you flip it and you go look at the white people that were settling the land, and a whole bunch of those women, if they got attacked by Indians, they may try to fight, but they just flat didn't know how to shoot. Look at Charlotte, in this video game and what we had to do. They didn't know how to shoot. They didn't know how to use the blade. They really were completely at the mercy of the opposition if the men didn't handle it. Those are different cultures with different values and different fundamental world beliefs. So the norm is that when Indians attacked, one of the reasons that they got the label savages is because they raped, because they did great violence to women. They didn't make a distinction of treating women differently. It was the soldiers coming from their cultural background of chivalry that would not do any of that. So it was shocking to white people, and white people labeled it as barbaric and savage, right? The raping I would call barbaric, but holding women to account as a potential threat as you're taking over a camp doesn't seem like savagery to me, especially if you come from a background where you're used to those women knowing to some degree and totally being willing to slit your throat. So they take the norms that from the historic accuracy and they flip them. That's what it felt like. Now maybe I'm reading too much into it, and if I am, let's not heckle the developers, but we can use this as a thing to understand a concept that is certainly for sure happening in our present day. Now let's find out what the developers do with this soldier who's come by. He does seem sympathetic, so they may be fleshing some things out here.
Where are we going? I want to show you a site up in the mountains that's long been sacred to me. A place for reflection and healing. What is this news, Captain Monroe?
Yes, sir. As I mentioned, I did speak again with the mayor and the Bureau of Indian Affairs in Saint Denis at length. But regrettably, it appears the oil company has already received approval to move forward with drilling on the reservation's land.
I supposed as much. So what does that mean for us now?
I'm not sure just yet. I didn't get the impression anything would be happening for a few months. I'm very sorry, sir. I did everything I could.
I know, Captain.
And I assure you I will continue to do as much as I can. Mr. Morgan, would you have time to help me at all? I would rather certain actions were taken by friends outside the tribe.
Sure.
Sure, I can help.
That's good news. Thank you.
We're
Come
playing
meet me
a
on the
good guy,
reservation
Morgan.
whenever you can. I'm sorry to be forward, but there's so much to be done.
I understand.
Anyway, gentlemen, I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see you both soon.
Sure.
Thank you, Captain.
Enjoy the ride.
I'm thinking,
Continue on this way. I'm going to look for some herbs to give you.
there was more dialogue there, and that's why he paused. I didn't realize it until he took off. What's Arthur's status? Because he could use some stamina. Not red. So we'll just let it go.
See the wolves over there feasting on that horse? Brutality and beauty are both all around us. Yet
Yeah.
so often we're unable to see past our own grievances. This is what I try to teach my son. Yeah! Go on, get out of here! Good. There was no need to harm them. We can talk if you want, Mr. Morgan. But don't feel like you have to. It's a beautiful ride ahead if you need some time to think.
So, we don't know each other too well, but I wanted to speak to you about your son. I was there on the raid to steal back those horses, and, well, you know something of Dutch, I think.
Yes.
We're
a
not
little.
supposed to be moving?
Mostly from your friend Charles.
I don't know why Dutch is getting involved in your situation, and this ain't easy to say, but I just don't trust that he's got your son's best interests at heart.
So what can we do?
I don't rightly know. Charles and I just thought...
Sorry, hold up a moment. That'll have to wait. Some of the plants I need will be growing down here.
I do like the chief's character, though. You know, it's just hard not to appreciate wisdom.
This is what I was looking for. English mace. Okay, let's continue on. What were you speaking about before?
I don't rightly know. Charles and I just thought you should be aware. Maybe there's a way to stop things from getting any more out of control.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Let me give this some thought. Yeah.
Things that bad on the reservation?
Yes. This conflict with Colonel Favors and his regiment at Fort Wallace continues to worsen. Many of the elders are sick, and the young feel that any compromise is an admittance of defeat.
Well, we ain't done much to calm the situation.
But I have to continue to seek to resolve matters through peaceful negotiation. War would be futile.
Your people are lucky to have you.
I'm not so sure about that.
And did that other option say Arthur's son? I don't remember hearing anything about Arthur having a son. Did I just completely blank that? Sure do want to hear about that if possible.
Wait, stop here. I want to pick...
Now here's another thing that comes to mind. Is that, I don't know about you guys, but for me growing up, when we would learn about this stuff, the history teacher portrayed things as the Indians are being mistreated. And we talked about, and there was mistreatment. We talked about the blankets with polio and stuff like that, the harsh things that were done. Look, the game itself is portraying an example of that where they've been given a reservation, but oh wait, there's oil there, so sorry, not sorry, right? But what is happening here? This is the chief thing that I take issue with, is that people act like this land was just this beautiful paradise of utopia before Europeans showed up. Man, I'm telling you, that ain't true at all. So what I'm getting at here is that the chief is having to negotiate from a peaceful stance. Does he choose to do that? Does he have other realistic options available to him? He does not. This is foisted upon him. You're seeing peaceful people because they're a beaten people. This is just the nature between the conquerors and the conquered. It's as old as mankind. So to portray them as being utterly peaceful and the other people as being warmongers is just a fundamental mistake. The phase that you're looking at is the conquered phase. If this chief had the capability of conducting war and realistically winning, he might do that. A lot of Indian tribes did, right up until the point they couldn't anymore. So that would be the historical accurate thing. The narrative twist is to say, oh, they were aggressed upon without provocation whatsoever, and they tried through noble deeds of peaceful negotiation, but we just wouldn't have it. What? No, that's historically illiterate. You're just making that up, so...
Some ginseng.
This is what I like seeing games and movies and films for, is that you can see people's perspectives, what their worldview is, and their take on a situation, as opposed to the facts. And then by looking at that, you can kind of figure out how not to get got yourself. How alluring a narrative like this is, or how easy it is.
I'll put these in your saddlebag.
To believe it because it's been pounded into your head time and time again.
It tastes awful, but it'll help to keep your strength up.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, let's go. It's not much further now.
Arthur's sickness.
I appreciate the herbs, but I think it's gonna take more than that. I saw a doctor and he says I'm in a pretty bad way.
I'm sorry to hear that.
This situation we're in, me, Dutch, and the others, I don't know how long I got, but some of them, they still got a chance to have a life. I just think if I could give them that, then maybe this ain't all for nothing.
I think there is much you can still do, Mr. Morgan.
Simple answer. I like how he didn't really expand on that. I'm constantly expanding, and there's a lot to be said for just leaving something as is and let the other person do the thinking and figure out how they're going to work that out for their life and their circumstances. I'm aware of that, but my personality works against it. My tendencies.
There's my boy. Yeah. Whoa.
Trying to catch up and ride alongside him. I think you're supposed to tap A to do that, but it's not letting me, so maybe we're being deferential. Or maybe it's just meant to be a one-horse lane. No, I don't know.
It's just up ahead. What's happened?
Uh-oh.
No. It can't be.
Oh, somebody... Oh, this is part of his camp? I was thinking maybe it was a burial ground.
No! They destroyed everything. I need to find the Chanupa. Who would do this? Someone who wanted to enrage you. Help me look around, please. The Chanupa is gone. Of course. What is it? A ceremonial pipe. There must be some clues to what happened here.
Army flask, I think is said.
Looks like they was doing some drinking. Okay, let's continue on.
Really? We don't have to find anything else? Focus on animal track.
What reason would they have? Whiskey. Bastards are having a party up here. Okay. Let me give this some more thought. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I asked what reason would they have to do this. Well, Arthur said somebody who's trying to rile them up. So there's something going on that's got at a higher political level. There could be.
Bottle of whiskey.
Or it could be that these guys have been fighting your people for longer than they've been active, and this is a generational thing, and they've lost friends and fathers and family members, and they hate you for it. So they're getting some revenge back. It could be as simple as that. War, this cuts both ways. It's not just one direction. And it's not that one side is innocent and that it's expected that they can be excused, because of course they would be incensed, and the other side has none of that position. The nature of warfare is that both sides, it's not even so much that they conduct grievances against each other, although they do. It's the mere fact that the nature of war is you're killing each other. And so, I tell you, if somebody kills my brother, I don't much care if they were justified in it or not. I'm upset, And so,
Well,
again.
If they drank all that, they couldn't have gotten too far.
Yeah, well, still no sign of the Chanupa.
But let's see how they actually flesh this story out. I'm interested. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on it as the story unfolds. I don't know where the developers are taking this yet. What are we supposed to be doing?
Look there! Smoke!
Out here? Yep, I see it. Oh, it's a camp.
Oh, there they are. These brave men. Some of Colonel Favor's men. They must have been the ones who did this.
You surprised this happened?
Not at all. But I hope we were past this.
Well, you got land they want. Land with oil.
Yeah.
They moved us here. They've taken everything we had. I signed 3 treaties myself, and they've broken each one. Now they've taken the last hope. Now my people are going to want a war. A war they can't win.
Not if I get it back.
Get it back?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in, get your Chinook, but no one will be any the wiser.
Would you do that?
Well, you can't go, they know why you'd come.
I, don't have any money.
Nah, I don't need your money.
All right, well, cool.
Please see if they have our sacred items. But try not to hurt anyone.
I'll try to ensure that they never even know I'm there, but actions don't always go the way you plan.
So it is a cool mission. I like it. It feels like the noble and right thing to do. I just get really sick and tired that noble and right only seems to cut in one direction, and evil and exploitative only goes in one direction. It's all such a tired mess and so predictable and lazy that it causes me to kind of kick against the bricks. You know? I'm willing to bet I'm not the only person who feels this way. This has been going on for decades and decades and decades. It's the Marxist view of oppressed versus oppressor, where anything quote-unquote bad that the oppressed were to do is completely justified, and anything that the oppressor does is automatically condemned, and all of this is determined by what your skin color is. It's one of the most racist ideologies on the planet. It is openly racist, and yet a big chief component of it is to strive against those that they label as racist or fascist or whatever, right? Marxism is just complete abomination. It falls in on itself. So I get tired of seeing it.
You always seem like a decent enough fellow to me.
Exactly. That's the problem. Monroe went to West Point. Favors never made it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Engines just seems so silly, though.
I know. Who wants to fight them? Who cares?
So there's
My uncle
that's
married an Indian anyway.
that's like the regular soldier side of it.
An Indian.
Sure looked like one. I'm up near the Canadian border someplace.
Oh, but it's the Canadians, of course. The Canadians are good.
Tons of them. And French folk too.
No. Is France near Canada then?
No. France is near France. Well, it's in France. Indians is from here.
Huh. But they're white, so they gotta be stupid.
Where are you from?
See, it's just tiresome.
Milwaukee.
We've exchanged one set of stereotypes for another with this ideology. It achieves absolutely nothing. All right, let's continue on. Golly, stupid people buy into this stuff.
Huh?
Whoa.
Who's there?
Uh-oh.
We got your hands off there.
Oh, I can't fight?
This moment's live. Get ready to die.
I had to jump on it. Oh, I didn't I was trying to activate the Deadeye, but I keep forgetting you need to be aiming first. Alright, we're going to try it again. We're going to come in from the back side of the camp, I think, if I'm able to. Well, I'm calling it the back side because those fellas are facing, their view is facing the other way.
What's that?
You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, I heard something. We got an intruder. Stop him.
You done? I'm blowing your head off.
Maniac.
Just let it end. One of these days I'll figure this out. Alright, so we got a guard patrolling out this way that we're gonna have to handle. We can knock him out if we can get the drop on him. Is that him? I don't know, couldn't tell. Okay, there's one, but that's a different guy, I thought. Oh, we're gonna see if we can get down there quick and take care of him. Close the gap.
Hey, I heard something.
Doggone it. Hopefully he's the one that was talking. It sounded like the voice came from another area, though. Another guard. Do I need to reload on these? Nope.
Huh?
Okay, that guy's going over there. He's probably going to find the body.
Must be imagining things.
Okay, he's up on the hill. I think that is the voice I heard before. Wonder if I can get to him. He seems to be the only other one patrolling around. Oh. A little bit closer than I wanted. Oh, what? That's funny. Dismiss. I'm not trying super hard. I wouldn't mind giving this another shot. Huh. What? I almost had it done the peaceful way, man. He's out here somewhere. There he goes. All right. First place I would look would be right here. This, to me, looks like where the commander would be out of the leader. Sure, I'll take your cigar. Doesn't look like anything else that he wants. Or stimulant. Gun oil, sure. In fact, we might need to use some of that. Condition looks pretty good, actually. Well, no, it doesn't. Alright, we're going to maintain this one. And clean. Whoops. I sure wish I knew how to customize these things to get the max capability out of them. Those gray bars there look like they can be machined, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. Whenever I go to a weapon shop, it doesn't seem like it's a available option. It won't let me use it. I was gonna check. Hey, we got a foot locker here. Oh, wait. There it is. Alright, return to Rains Fall. Well, I guess I'll loot. Well, I tried to do it the smart way, Chief. I was doggone close to it, but things went south and I had to open up a can. Well, yeah, we're at an hour 13, guys. Let's go ahead and finish up with this mission, because I want to hear what all the Chief has to say, if there's anything more to it.
Please tell me you found it. Here. I got your things, I think.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm very sorry about this.
Even sacred things are only things. People, the heart, matter more. Was anyone hurt?
Yes.
It's a bad business. I should not have let you do this for me. But perhaps it will stop a bigger massacre. With these, maybe I can calm my people. Maybe I can calm my son.
I hope so.
Thank you. Take those herbs I gave you, please. And most of all, I hope you can find peace within yourself. He's a man who, not so long ago, I would have found weak and pathetic. Now I see as wise and thoughtful and sensible. I would love to help him. Or at least stop Dutch pushing his son to do something real stupid.
Yeah. So I think I came up with a good way to reflect how I feel about the game. These are, no doubt, these are good stories. That's the game's really well received, and they get you involved in stuff that's emotionally, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Like the only thing coming to mind is triggering, and that's not the right word, and it's a word that's a lot lower than what I'm talking about, but something that's like, provoking, emotionally provocative, right? Thought provoking. It's really, really well done. My big beef and the thing that just constantly gets in the way and it kind of breaks immersion for me is that it comes from a liberal perspective. And that means it comes from a Marxist perspective. And that stuff is bullshit. I don't normally curse on my channel, but this deserves it. It's such a anti-human position and such a myopic and intellectually vapid. Is vapid the right word? Useless, devoid of thought. When you start really kind of thinking about how it all works, it's a stupid ideology. And so to just see it just constantly going in one direction, whether you're talking about the negative or the positive, is what makes me kind of like, oh my gosh, here we go again. When you're otherwise really engaged in some great storytelling, right? So I want to recognize the talent and the intent, I think, while also critiquing the fundamentally false presuppositions that are in place. Is kind of how I feel about it right now, and it's not like I've analyzed this real deeply or I've interviewed the people who made it. I could be wrong. These are just my impressions.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and no, that's the map. Let's go ahead and save it. In the next episode, I think we're going to go see John. Are we? Let's look at the map. Well, who knows what we do in the next episode, because I might forget, but I think it'll be John. We probably do need to, I'm going to go ahead and set this and see if it keeps that map marker. We probably need to go pay a bounty. But, maybe we should deal with Captain Monroe first. Well, yeah. If I were role-playing, this would come next, because it seemed like it was, what do you call it? Like kind of like time sensitive, like we were told to go out here, so they're waiting for us, right? The thing is that I never know what's going to push a chapter forward, so I want to do other things first and then go to the ones that I think are going to really... I think all of these yellow ones actually maybe push chapters forward, but there's only yellow on the map right now, so I want to do this one first. Then we'll do John, then we'll come down to Sadie. And that's the plan. Unless I forget. So here's our story. Guys, I hope I explained myself well today. I am open to that, the idea that I could be wrong here. It's really hard when you start trying to read people's minds and dig into their intents. That's where I'm very kind of careful, but painting with broad paint strokes, it's generally true that anything in the entertainment industry is very strongly left-leaning, and sometimes the people themselves aren't left-leaning, but it's like a job requirement to signal that they are. But most of the time, the developers do have very liberal views. I think this gets done in college mostly, which all of these jobs pretty much I'm pretty sure require a degree, or that's how you get your foot in the door. And so broadly speaking, it is a general rule of thumb that the people making these games are liberal, and therefore the perspective and narratives that you're getting are from a liberal perspective. So that's kind of what I'm leaning on. But individuals are individuals, and so I want to not be too harsh in my judgments and leave room for the idea that I may be reading somebody's intent completely wrong. All right, there we go. Again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Tomorrow is Oblivion. For those of you that are just watching the Red Dead series, I will see you on Wednesday. For the rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow. And God bless.